to this, the worst podcast on this site.
On this, I'm sure if you go to like Plex Storm or something, there'll be a worse show than this. But on this one,
I don't even know what Plex Storm is, so that's something.
Yeah. If you go to Chatterbait, then there's probably a worse show.
There's someone doing a podcast on Chatterbait.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to tell you.
God bless you.
Yeah, well done. You did it. I'm finding this quite funny because we've got in-person podcast today. And I'm just checking that the microphone is on, because for some reason earlier it wasn't. Look, right, we were just doing a little bit of a chat and a preamble on stream, twitch.tv/streamsbadly, where we record this podcast live, before we started recording the podcast. And before that, Judd was great, was getting close to the microphone and everything, and as soon as the podcast started, he's gone... I think I'll just lean back.
Not that far, but I'm here.
Here.
People can hear me. I'm looking at the microphone.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. So, coming up in today's podcast, I rescued a damsel in distress.
A whore?
Closer than you think. No. We've got final predictions and hopes for the iDubbbz's boxing event, Creator Clash. That's going to be pretty cool. We're going to watch that as of recording this. It's on tonight, and we're going to be watching it. Pray for us, because we have to stay up till at least 3 a.m.
I think I'm probably going to pass out at some point, but I still want you to wake me up for it if I do pass out.
I'll slap you a lot.
Yeah.
I've had a weird urge lately that I want to tell you about, and see what you think of it. We're going to have a debate about one of the internet's biggest questions, and there's all sorts of other shite we can get into as well. So, first things first, though. How you doing, Joe? What's going on? How you doing? Done anything lately?
I don't think I've done fuck all.
I love it. Every time I ask this question, Judd goes, "Oh fuck! What have I done with my life?"
I think that's just another week that's just fucking slipped through my fingers.
Every time I ask Judd what he's been up to and how he's doing, he has a crisis, being like, "Oh God, nothing on both questions."
I don't know. I've just sort of recently. I've just been feeling. I had the house to myself basically for the work week, which you couldn't have come over because it was throughout we couldn't have done anything because it was all the work days. But it was just nice coming home and just being alone. It was just, and I think now I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to think I want to move out now.
I'm moving out in less than a week.
Yeah,
and I'm so looking forward to coming home alone after I've killed off my girlfriend. It's going to be really nice and quiet. No, but I know what you mean. And it's something I contemplated, when I've been considering moving out. Should I just move out on my own? But
yeah,
no, because I need someone to look after me. Let's be honest.
That's fair.
And I suppose another advantage is that it's so much easier to move in with someone else, and especially if you're buying somewhere. But I know what you mean. But so I saved a damsel in distress, Judd.
Okay.
And so all it was, I'd gone to my girlfriend's house, and I was driving back here. I turned left up the street, and it's quite a tight turn and quite a steep hill up towards the left. And I was turning up, and this car just fucking stopped right in the middle of the road.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I need to get home and play ranked. I need to go home and play ranked on my video game. And she just got out the car and started walking over to me, this woman, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
This is going to be a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you think. You just go, this is just immediately going to be something.
When I'm on the way home, it's past 9 o'clock or getting close to 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't want this shit. I've just had a rough day at work. Yeah. And she comes up to me and she's like, this isn't racist. This is how she sounded. She was like, no petrol. No petrol. And I was like, oh, you've run out of petrol. And she was like, She didn't know yes,
right,
even. And I was like, ugh. So I said to her, there was a garage really close, a place to buy petrol really close. I said, you can buy some just past those trees. I'm talking 200 steps away at most. she didn't have a fucking clue what I was saying, and I was like, oh no. And then obviously other cars start turning in behind me. So I got out of the car and I said to her, I had to type in her phone on Google Translate stuff, and I said, do you want me to take you to go get some? Because it was literally like a minute. I just drive up road, she can get some and, fill it up. And she was like, So, but there was a guy behind me who'd pulled up. So I had to go and I said to him, she's run out of petrol. I'm just going to quickly go and take it to the garage to get some. And he said, shall we push it out at way? I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I had thought of that, but I probably couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah.
So, but this other guy were here. So then we pushed it a bit out at way. And then I took her to get some petrol. I had to almost just be a caretaker. This is so I don't want to kind of give the impression that this was a stupid woman that stupid foreigner don't know what they're doing. She didn't know English at all, so I had to go
yeah,
to kind of get. It's really hard to communicate when you don't know the same language. So I took her to the petrol station. She fills up this can. Well, we get a canister from inside the garage, and we go to the pump, and she starts filling it up, and she spills it fucking everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in my head? It gets all in my hand. And I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. I'm looking around for any wipe. There's not any thing to wipe it on. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And so this canister stinks of petrol as well. Get in car and go all the way back and fill it up. And she's like, oh, thank you. She said thank you. Yeah. That's the only word she knew. Thank you, no, and petrol, apparently. 3 words this woman knew in English.
She's planned for this eventuality.
It would make She didn't know, yes, or anything like that. It would make me think, is this a fucking prank? Yeah, I genuinely thought, is she just, trying to prank me here? She knows, petrol, but not yes.
Do you think it might have been a scam and it was just a scam to get you to fucking fill a car up?
I didn't pay for the petrol. I wasn't, and if she was like, oh, can you pay for it? I'd be like, no, you fucked then. Yeah. I'm not paying for your petrol.
That's fair.
So yeah, I didn't do that, but I took her back and she filled it up. She emptied the whole canister, and she goes to turn it on. Oh, sorry, no. Before, as we were pushing the car out of the way, she's trying to turn it on. As me and this fella trying to push it, she's trying to turn it on, and we're like, no, stop. And she goes, huh? And she's looking around at us, trying to turn it on. We're like, stop. And we just made her get out the fucking car, give me the keys, and we sorted it out when we moved it out of the way. So she filled it up with petrol. And then she went to try and turn it on. And it still wouldn't fucking start. And when she'd filled it with petrol, I was thinking, she said thank you, and I could have gone. I could have just left, and I'm thinking, I've just got a feeling here. I should see this through to the end, really. I'd watched My Name is Earl. He's been doing some nice shit, And it wouldn't start. I was like, So I'm looking up breakdown numbers. Yeah. But then this other car pulls up and is like, don't try pushing it downhill. And I'm like, oh, well, we've got more people. There's at least 3 people. Yeah, I know that could help.
Yeah.
So we start pushing it up this hill. And I swear to God, every car in the world starts coming on this road at that point. And they weren't helping. Yeah. They were about to just drive into us a lot of times. And I'm trying to steer this car that's off. So it's not got power steering. You have to pull it so that the wheels manually move.
Yeah.
While people are pushing and I'm trying to push as well, we're trying to manoeuvre it around cars that are driving around. I'm like, fucking hell, this is not a particularly busy road normally either.
Yeah.
But as we're pushing it up, more and more people start going, do you want a hand? And I'm like, yeah, all right. So there's 9 people pushing this car by the end of it. And this woman just stood around don't know what the fuck's going on. Eventually we managed to turn it around, and I get in it and try to rev it a lot while turning the key as it's being pushed downhill, and it starts. Thank God. So I put it in neutral, put handbrake on, it's on, started. Oh, thank the Lord. So after all that, took me about an hour eventually. But yeah, and just as we got it working, her boyfriend turned up and he's like, oh, thank you, friend. I'm like, oh, it's all right. Well, I'm sorted you out now, aren't I? And Jesus Christ. But the thing is, another thing I was thinking the whole time is, I don't want to give this woman the wrong impression. Because there's so much, shit in social media nowadays of, I don't know, guys seeming nice to take advantage of women or whatever. And I'm like, you see it so much that it's like, for fuck's sake, I want to help, but I don't want to like get accused of something or seem like I'm doing something that is bad. So luckily none of that happened. They were just very appreciative and it was completely fine. But that's me saving a damsel in distress. What do you how do you think you would have responded to that shit?
I wouldn't have fucking helped.
What would you have done?
I wouldn't have done anything. I wouldn't have done fuck all. I would have drove off.
You'd have just gone.
I would.
But you can't, because there was a car in front. She was blocking in front, running out of petrol, and cars were behind.
I'd do this. That's what I do.
Does your car even have a horn?
It does, and that's exactly how it sounds.
You've actually taken a recording of your voice.
Yeah.
And it plays that on a Bluetooth speaker. we call Judd's car Clunk for people who don't know, because it's same sort of colour and shape, I would say, as Clank from Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
But it's really clunky. And
it looks like Clank, but it's nowhere as likeable or dependable or trustworthy as Clank.
Yeah, it's like knockoff brand Clunk.
Yeah. So Clunk.
So that's that. But let's get into this shit then. The creator clash. What do you know about it? Give us a brief rundown of it while I get up people who's competing.
So I know it was done by iDubbbz. It was set up by iDubbbz. It's got a lot of YouTubers who wouldn't normally do this type of thing, such as we've got.
We'll go through those in a sec. Okay. The people who's doing it. Just 1 second. I need to make sure something's working. 1 second. The audio might cut out a little bit. Sorry. Sorry. There was brief cutting in the audio there, but that's because fuck, I've done the wrong thing. There's going to be another brief cut in the audio. Just don't worry about it. Just bear with us. Yeah, can you tell we record this podcast live? I just wanted to switch a scene on OBS. Don't worry about it. So, the people competing. What I wanted to do is, well, firstly, I'll mention, when it comes to subscribers and the amount of audience on a YouTube boxing card, I think this is the biggest one there's ever been.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm smiling. I saw my two boys and I got excited.
Oh my god!
I love my two fellas.
What I wanted to do was run through everyone who's fighting, and we'll do it quick. I don't want to talk about this very much. We're going to have a quick rundown of who we think will win in each matchup and who we want to win. Okay, for each of us. Okay. But firstly, what I will say is there has recently been some stuff come out on this. There's a guy called Wade. Who does boxing like analysis and stuff like that. It's a lot of YouTube boxing and stuff, and he's probably going to be commentating on this, I think.
Okay.
And he's been doing some of the media coverage. They've like actually enlisted him because they're keeping it in the YouTube scene. But there was a face-to-face between iDubbbz and Dr. Mike, who's the main event. Have you seen this?
No, because I don't really follow it. But
there's also been like an intro video. And my impression I got from that, when I first told you this event was happening, I was like, I'm worried, because I know what iDubbbz is like, and he might be taking the piss. Yeah. It might be like a joke thing, where they all come out in like sumo suits, and it's just like a massive joke. I now don't think it's like that at all. I think that everyone who's competing thinks they're taking it seriously. And here's why I put it like that. I think everyone who's competing thinks they're taking it seriously. Because if you look at the lineup, they're not exactly chads.
No.
They're not exactly like people who've done sport a lot. I get that, and that is the appeal of it. It's good. But having seen like the latest promo video, it looks to me like a lot of them thinks they're working really hard at this. But compared to how KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, fucking Austin McBroom, Anison Gibb, all your, even Joe Weller, all your, YouTube boxing people in the past have worked. I don't think any of these are working as hard as that, because they don't...
I didn't expect them to.
I should expect them to. They're doing it, if you're going to do it and take it seriously, and they're claiming that they're taking it very seriously as well, they're not making a joke of it, but I still don't think they quite understand. It's fine. It is fine, but, that's just a bit of a prediction. I don't know that for sure, either. And I obviously would love to be wrong about that, but
I'm excited to see who these are going to be.
There is a mystery fight, yeah. There's a mystery fight, so that'll be interesting. I doubt that it'll be anyone big. Because if it was
Sam
someone
Hyde
big, they'll want to...
and JonTron.
JonTron's not good. JonTron's just
Could you
released
imagine-
a video
could you
on
imagine-
KFC. I don't think he's training for a fight.
Could you imagine if he came out dressed up as Shock, though?
Mm.
Do, 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 do.
Oh my god, as Jacques. like WWE.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the matchups then. First matchup, we've got Graham Stephen versus Michael Reeves.
I know Michael Reeves is. I don't know who Graham Stephen is.
A financial advice channel.
Cool.
Who do I think will win? I think Graham Stephen will win.
I think I think Michael Reeves is gonna be knocked fucking silly. I think he will try. I do really think he'll try. I think he's like a honey badger. I think he's
No, I've seen some of the training of Michael Reeves. He looks bad.
Yeah.
Bless the guy. He looks bad.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen no training of Graham, but Michael Reeves looks bad, so I think Graham.
I think Graham's
Who do I want to win? I want Michael Reeves to win because financial channel's boring.
I think Graham Stephens is gonna pop Michael in the mouth once, and then he's gonna start crying and fucking.
So who do you want to win?
So I
don't really care that much.
I like Michael's stuff. I don't think I'm even subscribed to Michael, but like whenever I've seen a video of his, I like him, but I do also think it'd be really funny to just watch him get knocked the fuck out because he's like 5 foot into he's like he's tiny. Well, I don't know. I do think Graham's gonna win it, but it could. I don't know if it. I don't because at that point it's just which should be funnier. Would it be funnier to see Michael just get like fucking knocked out by this accountant, or would it be funnier to see this like tiny 5 foot Michael Reeves beat the shit?
That would be funnier. Yeah, I want Michael to win. I don't know much about either of them, but I think Michael.
Well, he makes robots, so maybe he's just made a robot to do it for him.
Oh god,
he's made fucking Adam Smasher from Cyberpunk.
We've got The Odd Ones Out versus I Did a Thing. I know Odd Ones Out's been doing fitness ever since lockdown started.
He's an animator into The Odds One Out.
Yeah, he is. He's potentially the biggest animator on YouTube. And I Did a Thing. They're pretty tall guys. These two are reasonably athletic and tall.
Yeah.
This, in theory, should be one of the better fights of the night. Who do I think will win? I think I Did a Thing will win. He's got more Australian grit to him. He's done more extreme stuff than The Odd Ones Out has done, so I think he's probably got more will.
Look at the jawline.
That's
a superior jawline.
I mean, these are some good-looking fellas, actually. But if I had to fuck one of them, it's going to be I Did a Thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Should we do that as well? Should we say who we would most want to fuck out of each fight?
I'll just say. What now? You want me to say? I Did a Thing, obviously. Fucking look at that chin. Like.
Would you do his thing, am I right?
Suck his cock.
No, I think he will win, and I don't know who I want to win. I would quite like Odd Ones Out to win because I'm subscribed to him, and I'm not subscribed to I Did a Thing, so it would be kind of cool. But I would really not mind either way. I think I Did a Thing will win. That's my analysis of that. What do you think?
Same, to be honest.
Okay. Next, we've got Matt Watson versus
There
Dan.
he is. There's my boy.
Look,
that's one of my boys.
Who do I want to win, and who do I think will win? I'm going to tell you're going first. You can do that first.
I don't know. Dad looks like he's a bit of a fucking monster, to be honest. He looks like, well, he reminds me of the dad from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. To be honest, it's like that. That's a lanky man, but I'm scared of him. I do think he will hurt me. So Matt's always been fucking a bit of a twig. Yeah,
he's got the reach advantage.
He's taller. Yeah, he's tall. I don't know. Maybe if he's been trying hard, then maybe Matt could have it. I want Matt to win. But
do you think he'll win?
I've not. Just from these pictures.
This is all you've based any of this off. I've actually seen people and some of.
I don't know. He could be ripped. I don't know. He looks like he might have to drive to.
So I saw some footage of Dad training in the promotional video.
Yeah,
and he don't look bad. He looks like he's done it as a side hobby for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think he will win, and I also want him to win.
Okay.
Because so far as to me, I watched some Super Mega videos, and they seem like reasonably obvious stoners, and I don't like stoners. So yeah, I don't like anyone who smokes. I immediately don't think they deserve to win a boxing fight anywhere near as much. Which I think is fairly reasonable, because, like, smoking should put you at a massive disadvantage. So if it ever doesn't, that really annoys me.
You could
see what I'm saying?
You could argue that they've overcome that, though. They've overcome that disadvantage.
They've not overcome it.
Well, if he wins, then he clearly...
yeah, right, okay. Yeah, but if he wins, then he should have been fighting someone his age, his height, his reach, who doesn't smoke, and then he'll get fucked. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like... It's same with, like, Nate Diaz. I'd prefer him to beat Conor McGregor, but he smokes a shit ton of weed, so if he fights someone like, I don't know, Dustin Poirier, people who know fighters will know that, and I'd want Poirier to win, I don't know. Yeah, I want Dad to win, and I think he will. That's all I'm saying. Next, we've got Alex Ernst versus Ryan McGee.
There's my second one, there's my second special fella.
So Ryan McGee's also from the channel Super Mega.
Yes.
They're basically a bootleg version of Streams Badly, am I right? Again, here's up first. What you want Ryan McGee to win?
From this, I do think Ryan would win. Ryan's a me.
Yeah, he's similar to you.
Yeah, he's
Can I get another beer?
He's obviously taller than me because nearly everyone in the world's taller.
I don't know. He might not be. He's probably pretty.
I doubt he's 5'5". Well, he's probably about 5'7". The other guy from Super Mega
looks like he's at least 6 foot. And he's not terribly.
I think
he's like a couple inches.
I think Matt
short,
said
so you must be.
I think Matt said he was 6'2" or 6'3". I think is what he said.
Can you put that in that box?
I might just be talking out my ass, but I was.
So you want Ryan to win?
Yeah.
And you think he'll win?
Yeah, against Alex Ernst, I think Ryan will win. Yeah.
So Alex Ernst has been fitter more often than Ryan McGee.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's a big advantage. I think Alex they'll be about the same sort of height. I imagine Ryan will weigh a little bit more though, so that's an advantage.
Yeah, he will do.
But again, stoner? I mean, Alex Ernst will have smoked weed. He lived in California for a while, but he famously got pissed off at his stoner roommate for being a stoner.
Yeah.
So I think cardio-wise, Alex Ernst should take it there. I don't know who'll win because I think Ryan will have more power.
I think Ryan's got a lot of staying power as well. Like I think he can take a fair bit. Ryan, Matt.
Probably.
The thing is with Matt is he's got the reach, but I feel like if he took 1 or 2 good hits, Matt would be fucked.
I think this will be closer.
Yeah.
I want Alex to win. Again, because he was in David's vlogs, I've got David Dobrik's vlogs. I've got a fondness for those, and also I don't dislike Super Mega. By the way, I'm just against the idea of smoking anything. They don't do it that much.
They don't do it so much now. To be honest, they used to do it a bit more before, but they don't really do it now.
Well, good, but like it should impact you permanently for life, and it probably has. But they're still young, so it might not show the effects yet.
Ryan McGee. So from Super Mega?
This one, I don't know if I have to put a prediction on who I think will win. I'm going to just lean to Ryan, I think. Just a little bit. I feel like he's just probably got a bit more grit. I don't know why.
It's a
next,
killer. It's a killer.
We've got the ladies' judge. This is a first for YouTube boxing. There's never been a female fight. It's going to be very interesting because of that to see how it's handled. Justa Minx and Yodeling Haley. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that then, Judd?
Are you even asking me who I think's going to win? Who's going to win? Of course Minx is going to win. Of course she's going to win, damn it.
You think?
I think so, yeah. She's just, whenever I've seen her stuff, I'm sorry, this is going to sound awful. I don't find women very funny. I don't, or likeable to me. That sounds awful. I just mean as entertainers and stuff.
What you've seen is generally, more often than not, the types of comedy that you resonate with typically come from male people.
Yeah. Minx feels like one of the boys, to be honest. I've always... Yeah. Whenever I've seen, like... So from whatever I've seen from, like, big stream communities... And they might have like a fair few girls on and a fair few dudes or whatever. Minx has always just like stood out because she's just
cool. She's just like kind of cool and don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, she just doesn't seem like she gives a fuck.
Which makes her very attractive to the lads.
Yeah.
This is going to sound horrible. I don't think typically she's conventionally that attractive. I don't think most people, without knowing her personality or seeing her, if she didn't have this edgy look that she typically goes for, then I don't think most guys would say she was particularly attractive. But her personality and kind of how she likes to present herself and stuff is very attractive to men.
Listen, he's the one who's bringing it to
still not as hot as I Did a Thing though. Like
no, come on, no, let's be fucking come on now. We're not being silly, but
do you know what I want to say at this point? Certain people could be like, oh, they get onto the women and they're talking about who's more attractive. Excuse me.
No, we did
it first with these guys.
We did it first with men.
And just to make it sway even more in this way, who would you rather fuck, Michael Reeves or Graham Stephan?
You'd think I'd just say Graham, but
I'm gonna go with Michael Reeves. I think Graham would feel sleazy. I think Michael will appreciate it more.
I'm kind of banking on Graham being sleazy, though. Is the thing.
You like that? That's what you want?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the.
Okay, right now let's talk about fucking the.
let's talk about fucking the women now.
No, I was just gonna say no. Minx has always, out of all the female like streamers and creators, Minx has always stood out to me a bit.
Does that mean you want her to win?
I want Minx to win.
I agree. I think she's quite cool. She's got a decent personality. Not something I would actually watch, but I like seeing her on stuff sometimes, with other people.
I watch a fair few of her clips, and I usually laugh at
Do you know Yodeling Haley?
I've never even heard of her.
She's from TikTok.
Then I wouldn't have. I never would have known.
So you think Minx will win as well, then, do you?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like she's probably quite scrappy. I also don't know how much of a joke she might take this, because I don't think
she's taking it as a joke, but again, she's one of the main reasons when I saw she's in the promotional video. She's one of the main reasons where I think that she believes she's taking it very seriously. She feels like she's training really hard, but even compared to when I trained for my fight, I don't think she's doing like half as much as I did, which is fine. That's not a problem. People have different priorities, and it's completely fine to commit to a certain thing a certain amount of time. She's got a brilliant gig as a streamer.
Yeah.
Like, it must be really difficult for a streamer to dedicate so much to this, because you've got to stream so often for that to be a career, and you have to be in the gym all that time to be able to take it seriously.
Yeah.
So
does she do dance in this?
Yodeling Haley, she does. So she's generally fitter. I think she will.
I think that swings it, that she does dance.
Yeah, I think Haley will probably win.
Dancing's hard. Dancing is fucking hard, and it's tiring.
It is. Next, we've got some dude who does a H3 podcast and a man called Hundar. Hundar's massive compared to this other guy.
Yeah, Hundar's
I think he's gonna win.
Yeah,
and like. Ugh, I just kind of want him to.
And before you ask, yes, I would rather fuck Hundar as well. So
okay,
so we know, just so you know.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah,
I wanted to throw a bone, but nah, man, I don't.
No, of course. I mean, look at him, of course.
So yeah, that's the prediction on that. Do you have any difference in that?
No,
I think Hundar will win. Yeah. I kind of want.
I don't really know either of them, so I can't say who I'd want to win. But
I don't care very much on this. Don't care very much on this. Next, we've got DJ Welsh and Internet Comment Etiquette. Do you know either of these guys?
So I've definitely heard of Internet Comment Etiquette before.
I think is his name Brock? What's his name? Or is that someone else who's in the Jax Films universe? Let's see. What's his name? Eric. His name's Eric. That's it. So, who do you think will win?
Well, I'd fucking DJ Welch. I think is going to win.
Looking at their bodies here, I mean, Eric looks like us. DJ
Eric,
Welch looks like he's lifted a weight at one point.
Yeah.
So, who do you want to win?
Again, I don't really know either of them, so I don't know. I've not got no. I ain't got no
horse in the race.
Satisfaction.
Got no YouTuber in the fight.
I ain't got no.
We ain't got the right start. Right, so, I think DJ Welsh will win. I don't mind too much, but I would prefer Eric, Internet Comment Etiquette, to win. Just because I know him. I've watched some of his videos, but he was in the promo video and he didn't look good.
What's this guy been on? This guy hasn't been on. This isn't the dude from Two Best Friends Play, is it?
DJ Welsh. He's an American artist, animator, and YouTube gamer. I think he might have been on something like, College Humor has like a bunch of spin-off channels that are called different things, like Dorkly and things like that. That like are not meant to look like they're part of College Humor, but it's still owned by that.
Yeah.
I think he might have been on something like that. I've not a clue. Next, mystery fight. Who do you want to win that, and who do you think is going to win?
JonTron when he comes on. It's going to be JonTron versus Sam Hyde. Actually, maybe I'd want Sam Hyde.
I think it's going to be Ethan versus Hila. We're just gonna.
He's like just battering her on stage as well.
He's just full on domestic violence. He don't even have any gloves. He just get in the ring and he just beats the crap out of her. It's actually going to be quite horrific. I don't think there's any winner in this fight. I don't know who the mystery people are.
Who do you think
it has to be someone within the iDubbbz like kind of relative fan base? It's not going to be someone like Jake Paul, for example. It's not going to be someone like that.
You don't think Filthy Frank could show up, do you?
No, Georgie don't want anything to do with that.
He would have left it, wouldn't he? Like,
I was thinking, could it be someone from Cold Ones? But
it could be Max or...
I don't think so, because I've been watching their videos and they don't look any better. Maybe Max looks... I don't know, Max was starting to get a little bit chubby and then he lost a little bit of weight. So maybe Max Mofo, who knows?
Maybe it is Vsauce.
Vsauce?
Yeah. Hey,
Vsauce fights Vsauce 2.
Yeah.
Who would you actually genuinely want it to be? Not as a joke, like, who do you think would be a good, interesting matchup?
Markiplier. I'm being serious. Markiplier,
yeah.
Because he's quite a big guy.
He's quite a fit guy. He's not very tall.
Yeah.
Or is
he's probably not in shape enough for it now, but if PewDiePie was...
He's just moved to Japan.
Yeah, he's just moved to Japan.
That's not happening.
So that's not happening.
He's 5'10".
5'10".
Cody Ko's 5'8". Maybe it could be Cody Ko. I think it could be Markiplier. I don't know. I've not a clue. I'm trying to think of people who iDubbbz knows a little bit at least. Boy in a Band. He's not done anything for ages.
Yeah.
Maybe he fights someone.
What if it's Rice Pirate? What if Rice Pirates? Not Rice Pirate, sorry.
Rice Gum.
Rice Gum. Rice Pirate is
no, because Rice Gum. Because iDubbbz wanted to fight Rice Gum, and he wouldn't. And then
this is why. Oh fuck yeah!
And then who did iDubbbz wanted to fight Taylor Holder, who you don't know, but he fought on a different boxing card. He fought a Nissan Gibb, and Gibb got robbed. They called it a draw, but Gibb obviously won, and then it got overturned to Nissan Gibb. So iDubbbz was like, I'll fight Taylor Holder then, but Taylor Holder wanted money, and this whole event is for charity.
Yeah.
So they can't be paid very much, and Taylor Holder, selfish cunt, wanted a lot of money. Yeah. Next fight, anyway. Ego Raptor versus Harley from Epic Meal Time.
I'm begging, I'm praying to whatever deity is the real one, whichever is the right one. Please, I just want to see Harley beat the absolute shit out of Ego Raptor. It'd be so funny. Please, God, I'm begging you.
I'm in the same boat. I think Harley will win as well.
Yeah.
I just want to see Epic Mealtime get a win. They ain't had a win in 10 years, man.
No.
They're like, ever since Muscle Glasses and all that, I don't know. It's kind of just gone.
I want Harley to win.
At all.
I want Harley to win. I think Harley will win.
I think I agree. These are tall boys as well.
If you would have said this to me about 6 years ago, I'd want Ego Raptor to win.
So what's changed your mind?
He's just become more corporate with the whole Grumps thing, because obviously, JonTron and Aaron first started Game Grumps, and
is this Aaron?
This is Aaron. Ego Raptor is Aaron. And they kind of did it, but it was more like an in-between projects kind of thing. Ego Raptor would be working on animations, JonTron would be working on episodes of the JonTron show, and just like they had a house together, and like, well, while we aren't doing that, while we're playing games and stuff, we might as well record it and like make it a separate thing. And it was just always meant as this is off to the side. We're just doing that when we're not working on this project. But then Game Grumps fucking got massive, and it became more of like that was now Ego Raptor's main focus was Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Obviously, for Jontron, it wasn't the same. He wanted to keep working on the Jontron show. It was more still a pet project for him. So that's why he left, and they got on Dan Avidan to take his place.
Right. Even that feels a bit corporate. You know, replacing someone. It's a bit like when an actor drops out or even dies or something, and they replace them.
Yeah,
it's even that feels a bit like that.
But,
I don't know. I guess I understand.
But now over the years, like Game Grumps, it feels you watch an episode now and it feels nothing like the episodes that they first like started putting out. Even when John left and it was Dan and Phil. Dan and Aaron, yeah.
That's the mystery fight.
It's Dan and Phil.
It's Dan versus Phil. Do you know what other fight I'd like to see? Rhett versus Link.
Yeah,
I think just any YouTube duo fighting each other.
It's us.
Fuck, we need to get the flight. We're gonna miss this flight.
God damn it,
oh God, we're starting in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's the wrong fight. But, anyway, let's move on to the main event though. We've got iDubbbz versus Dr. Mike.
Dr. Mike, yeah.
Anyone heard of Dr. Mike? How many subs does Dr. Mike have? Let's have a look. Dr. Mike. Oh, fuck, a lot. Nearly 10 million subs. Holy shit! What are people subscribing to Dr. Mike
this is what he does.
He
he basically does so. It's like, you know, Doctor reacts to episodes of House, because obviously that's like a hospital show, and it's like him saying, okay, so here's what they got right, here's what they got wrong.
I didn't think so many people would be so... He pulls views as well.
Yeah.
He consistently gets like 1 to 3 million views. Fuck, that's a lot.
Sorry, just that one out of all of them. Just that like sticking out of all of them.
Yeah, great. Podcast listeners will...
Yeah, they'll love to see that,
anyway. But yeah, God, I didn't realise that. Dr. Mike, loads of subs. I thought he would have about 3 million subs. But no, massive. Okay, fair enough. Apparently this guy does tours, medical tours, and talks about medical stuff. He does YouTube full-time still. He doesn't have that much time to train very much for this. He's admitted that.
Yeah.
He's not had much time to train. iDubbbz has been training full-time. But Dr. Mike's also been on and off training boxing for 10 years. So it's like, I think Dr. Mike knows what he's doing.
Dr. Mike seems like the kind of man that would just always leave a like generally healthy lifestyle as well, where I could see iDubbbz going, you know, a few months of like, you know, just drinking and eating whatever you want, you know, because you know, it doesn't matter. You're not like out of shape, but you
also he's a famous cook.
Well, actually, I got to be honest with you. Cooks are usually skinnier folks. They're either skinny.
Look, we know iDubbbz has always been a skinny guy.
Yeah.
No, he's put on 40 pounds in muscle for this fight. iDubbbz has changed his body quite a lot. He's done a good job. The thing is, that's not always typically a good thing. Yeah. You have to get used to weighing that much and stuff for a little bit. I think Dr. Mike's going to win.
I can see it.
He's just going to have technique down a bit more. He's been doing it like 10 years or so. Yeah, not very often. Yeah, it's a bit of a more casual practice, but come on.
I'd rather iDubbbz win, because it just feels like a slap in the face of him trying to get with like these 2 other people to box, and then it's not happened, and then this one's happened, and now it's headlining, and then he just fucking loses.
It'd be a cooler story. There's less to lose for iDubbbz. If he loses, then sure, fine, whatever. It was more about his event. He put on the event and that. But if he wins, that'd be fucking cool. Like, can you imagine? iDubbbz wins, and then he's like, "Oi, Taylor Holder, fight me now, bitch.
Yeah.
You lost last time. I've just won against Dr. Mike, who, by the way, professional boxer, current world champion Ryan Garcia says Dr. Mike is the best YouTube boxer. He's wrong, but because Jake Paul is the best YouTube boxer. I'm sorry, he is currently. KSI is coming back in August, though. We should watch that if possible.
Yeah.
But that's our predictions for it all. Overall, we'll see what it's like. We're going to react to it and watch it. Our reaction to the fights will be published at some point on the Streams Badly YouTube channel if it's worth reacting to. If something cool happens and it's worth a reaction, then I'll put it up. If like it's the most boring event in YouTube boxing history, I'm just not even going to bother putting any of it up.
That's fair.
So that's that. Yeah. I had one more thing I was going to say about it, but I've forgotten it now, so fair enough. That's that. Cool. Judd.
Yeah.
I need to ask your advice on something.
You never want to do that. What is it?
You remember when we were kids? You remember being a kid, right?
I do remember kids. I'm quite fond of children.
Oh, God. When we were kids, you were the weird one. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now that we're adults, not so much.
I think it depends. I'm quite a social chameleon, I gotta be honest. I'm quite good at blending into sort of whatever sort of mood or, how I need to act for certain people.
Yeah, I think often I end up being weirder by accident nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's why, being as you're the more normal one out of us two now, I wanted to ask you what this says about me.
Okay.
I've been gaming a lot lately.
Yeah.
Trying to rank up in my competitive game. And after I'm done doing that, well, before I start a proper heavy session of gaming, I like to just get out on for a walk first, get a bit of fresh air, being as I work inside all day. Then I'll do my heavy session of gaming, ranking up as well as I can. And then after that, I'm like, right, I'm going to go out and get a bit of fresh air again before I settle down for the night. But I've noticed, if I've done a really heavy session of gaming or a competitive game, and then I go out for my walk after, now don't judge me on this. Take this seriously. Give me the right advice.
Okay.
I feel the urge to run like an animal on all fours. What's that about? Like, I felt that urge as I was walking across this field, and I was like, well, that's fucking weird.
It's a very primal urge into.
I think it's because I was so like, oh, yeah, let's go. I feel like, like animalistic, like I'm ready to go. Because I've been like that in this like intense game. But I don't like it. I don't want to feel the urge to run like a dog on all fours. Help!
I don't want it. Help! I keep getting the urge to run like a dog on all fours. What shall I do?
It's happened twice now.
He says as he's walking onto the fucking Murray Franklin show or whatever it goes, like that's the header. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So Jacob, tell me, you've been wanting to run like a dog on all fours for a field.
This is actually true. This sounds, now that I've said it out loud, it feels like some bullshit I would make up for content, actually. But I promise you, this is genuinely true. I don't know. Am I a furry?
Maybe. I get primal urges.
I'm going to move on before you tell me.
Wait. So I had a day off work. I should have brought this up when you were talking about that lady running out of petrol, actually. But I also ran out of petrol.
Oh my god. To be honest, when she ran out of petrol, I was thinking, how the fuck do you run out of petrol? It's so easy to just get some when you need some.
I know. So mine happened on the motorway as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's even worse. So, but basically, I'm literally on the motorway and I'm just about to pull off, and my car starts fucking slowing down. I'm like, why the fuck is my car slowing down? What's up with it? And like, I looked down, and for some reason, I don't know why, but I never noticed that my car was fucking running out of
does
like
it
petrol.
give you like a bidding?
Yes, it usually does.
It
Usually when you get in, if your car's slow enough, it'll give you a bidding, or maybe when you're driving, it'll give you a bidding. It never gave me a bidding. It has given me biddings before, and it didn't this time. I swear to God. So Clunk just fucking decided not to give me a bidding. But to be fair as well, like I had every opportunity to just like look and see the sensor saying I was like so. So there was also that.
There's also like a bright yellow light right.
No, there's not in my car. It's literally just
fucking Clunk.
It's literally just that it shows that it's low. Like there's no.
There's not a yellow light.
No.
There's been seriously.
I'm serious.
That's been there since like the 80s.
I'm serious. There's no yellow light in the car. There's no
when
like.
you're running out of petrol, there's not a light next to like the empty.
I swear to God, I know what you mean because I know the yellow light you're talking about that every car in the world has.
Other than Clunk.
Other than Clunk, yeah. So it's like if the bidding doesn't happen, then I have to like look. I have to look at the thing to double check. But I mean, it's still my fault. I'm not going to pass all the blame off to Clunk because it is still also my fault. So anyway, so I ended up running out of petrol. I was fine. I like pulled off into the hard shoulder and like RAC came through and. I was thinking out.
You know when you say RAC came through, had you already organised breakdown cover? Have you
Yeah.
Right.
I've got everything. So I just called them. I was like, "Look, I've run out of petrol," and I was thinking to myself, right, this is going to be a fine. So I'm going to get some points for my license or something. But he came and he like filled it up, and I was like talking to him. I said, so right, what's this going to cost me? Then am I going to get points for my license or anything? He kind of just looked at me weird and went, no. I know. I was like. No, but I was like, in my head, it was like, I've done something wrong here. I fucked up. Yeah. I deserve to be punished.
I get that, I suppose.
But it's like, but I was looking it up, and it's like, if you run out of petrol, and if you run out of petrol on the motorway, and you don't cause any chaos, like you do exactly what I did. You put your signals on. You can't pull off into the hard shoulder, and then there's nothing. You just have to pay for the petrol that the guy brings you. But I still felt it was like, no, I didn't cause any problems and I didn't hurt anyone. But I could have. It could have happened. I could have hurt somebody.
But in that moment, you were stupid in general, but in that moment, you weren't like doing something stupid and disruptive, so no harm, no foul.
I know, but I just feel like it shouldn't be no harm, no foul. I feel like it should have been punished.
Put it this way, you dealt with it.
Yeah.
It could have been a problem, but you did deal with it. If you didn't deal with it, then you need to, contribute to the consequences. But there weren't any consequences, so nothing's to be dealt with.
Yeah,
I think it's fair.
I don't know. But anyway, the only reason I'm saying this is because I ended up having the day off because it wasn't till like 9:30 so I got fueled up. But anyway, I pulled round into this services in Leeds and there was like this huge footpath that led into these woods, and I get this because you said about primal urges.
Yeah.
I get this primal urge whenever I'm like going down the motorway or in a train or something. When you just see woods stretching off into the horizon, I always think to myself, I just want to live in them. I just want to live in the woods. I just want to run off into the woods and just live in them. So I was like, pulled up, I was like, well, I ain't got anything to do. I'm going to like venture into the woods.
I'm going to go and live in the woods. I ain't got anything to do in my life.
Yeah.
Every time Jake asks me what I've been doing, I've not been fucking doing anything. I'm going to go live in the woods.
But I walked for ages, and eventually I found this one place where it was this single bench on its own in the middle of nowhere.
Show me a picture, I can feel it.
No, well, it's my home screen. So, but it was like a single, just little bench, and it was overlooking this lake, and there was like little sort of islands and trees and stuff in this lake, and I just sat there for a little bit, and I just got this primal urge, like in my head, I was just like, just run into it, and like don't look back, and just like go and just like be free, like just be a woodsman, a man that lives in the woods,
like fucking Snow White. Yeah, that's a nice scene. I think the thing that makes that scene is the cracks all over the clouds. There's cracks in those clouds on your phone screen.
The clouds, yeah.
I've just had an email from Moment House, who's organising the Creator Clash. Shall we see what it says?
Yes.
Get ready for your upcoming Moment Creator Clashes. Creator Clash on Saturday, May 14th, 11 p.m. while 2 a.m.
That's American times, though, isn't it?
No. That's our time.
Oh, that's not too bad then. I thought
11 p.m. while 2 a.m. 3 hours for those fights. Yeah, that's not very long.
But you were saying it was going to be at 3 in the morning.
I think it will. I think that's going to overrun. 11 while 2, that's what? 1, 2, 3 hours to have. How many fights was it?
I thought you were saying it was starting at 3 in the morning. I didn't think you were saying it was finishing.
No. If it was in LA, it would be starting at 3 in the morning. Okay. But it's in Florida, I think. So
I'll stay up then. I reckon I can stay up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm sweating like
6.
fucking crazy.
It's really warm. 7, 8, 9. There's 10 fights. Now, I know the main event is 4 3-minute rounds. I think if we assume that every other fight is 3 2-minute rounds, That's what. Okay, let me calculate this. Let me calculate this live on podcast. By the way, when this goes out, the Creator Clash will have happened, so you can see how wrong we will have been.
Yeah.
So 3 2-minute rounds is 6 minutes. I don't know why I needed to do that on a calculator. But how many fights? But times that by 9 for all of them. That's an hour in itself, and then plus that's what another. But there's a minute. That's got to add on plus 10 minutes for between each round. Actually, plus another 5 for that, and then plus like between each fight there might be 15 minutes. Wait. 15. Wait.
They can't even see this. The people watching.
So 74. I'm at 74 minutes.
Okay.
But then we need. So remember 74.
Okay.
135 plus 74.
Okay.
So that's 209 minutes plus the main event, which is going to be more minutes. There might be 40 minutes in total. We're talking 250-ish minutes at a really weird, shitty, bad estimate of maths. Alexa, how many hours is 250 minutes?
250 minutes is 4 hours and 10 minutes.
See? That's without, like, a pre-fight show or anything like that. And often, before any fights start, they might have an hour's worth of chatting about it.
I think most of these matches are going to end quite quickly, though, you know.
I don't have an answer for
Well,
that.
I didn't fucking ask you, did I?
Anyway,
Ask me anything. To hear what new stuff I know. Say,
Alexa,
what have...
stop fighting with Judd now. Stop it. Okay, she's listening to me.
She needs to watch her fucking mouth, that bitch.
Judd, that's brilliant. I can clip that for a video on YouTube. Judd has a fight with Alexa. Oh my god. Right. Anyway, what were you saying? Were you saying anything?
I don't know. She's throwing me off my fucking train of thought.
Speaking of lakes, Judd.
Right.
Water.
Yes.
You heard of water, right?
I've seen it about.
You know water.
I've seen it about.
Seen one of them waters before.
I saw a cloud the other day. It was like water was coming out of that. I thought, well, what the?
So one of the biggest debates on the internet.
Water. Do we need it?
There was a guy who made a TikTok about it.
Okay.
The debate is going to be told to you after we advertise this segment.
That's it.
This is why you are wrong.
You know,
This segment is called "This Is Why You Are Wrong." Judd doesn't often get to listen to the little intros.
No, I was like, what? Which fucking segment's this? Because I never hear it.
It's called "This Is Why You Are Wrong." It's where I present a premise to Judd, he gives his stance on it, and I try and convince him why he's wrong. It might be slightly different this time. We might be convincing the internet why they're wrong, if we agree. We'll see. The question is water wet?
Oh, I'm sick of this fucking...
Now, I can answer that question for you. Obviously, being as an autismo, these it's true. It's actually true. These questions that seem like a big debate. What came first, chicken or the egg? I can actually answer that quite factually, and you can stop debating that. I can do it, but I want to know what you think about it first before I tell you the real answer.
I think it's no.
Why do you think it's no?
Because wet implies a thing that has had the application of a liquid, applied to it, and therefore rendering it wet. I don't know if a liquid necessarily counts as that because it's already in its liquid state. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay.
It's very easy to solve this.
Yeah.
Shall we do it? Look. Easy peasy. Open up internet. Google definition of wet. Definition of wet. Could you read out the definition of wet, Judd? It's right there.
Covered or saturated with water or another liquid.
So, how can you saturate water with water?
Yeah.
If you add water to water, you've got water.
That's the thing, innit?
You can't saturate water with more water. You could have water of a certain pH and saturate it with water of another pH. you'd mix them together, and it'd become a different water of a mix of somewhere between those pHs.
Here's one.
Do you know what a pH is, Judd? I know you didn't do well in science. So
No, I don't, but it doesn't matter.
You're actually a Joe. Now, that was a joke.
No, I don't know what pH is.
pH is it acidic or alkaline?
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
So, water cannot be wet. It makes other things wet, by definition.
Now, okay, say I got some Mountain Dew. I got a big old gulper of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Okay, I take the lid off. I pour the water on the Mountain Dew. Am I making that Mountain Dew wet because it's a different mixture?
No.
Or because they're mixing together, aren't they? They're not necessarily...
Well, you're asking something different. You're asking, can Mountain Dew be wet?
Okay.
That's more debatable, because it's been more saturated with water than other stuff that doesn't make up water, such as the flavourings. That's more debatable. The question would be, if you have a cup of water and pour Mountain Dew on that, does the water become wet?
Wet with Mountain Dew?
No. One of the components of Mountain Dew is water.
Ah, shit. Right, okay. What about oil? Because oil is a liquid, but it's...
Can oil become wet? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yes. Oil can be surrounded
We
by
are
saturated
breaking
water.
this fucking thing wide open.
The initial question is, can water be wet? No, water can't be wet. Other things can be wet. Just because it's a liquid doesn't mean it can't be wet. Water makes things wet.
Right,
That's just definition. That's how it is. There's no debate. Covered or saturated with water or another liquid. Now, the problem is, other liquids... This is why water is unique, in that it can't be wet. Other liquids, one of the components of them, apart from hydrophobic liquids, is water. So your rum, it's not hydrophobic. If I water it down, water mixes in with it, it's no more wet than it already is, because it's just more water content. It's not saturated with water, because it already is partially water.
Okay.
Oil, technically, already partially water, but it's hydrophobic. Water can surround it and saturate it. Water cannot be wet. Don't at me. There you go. Enjoy. I've solved one of life's biggest mysteries for you. Right.
Cool.
Judd. We're not in the same room very often when we record these podcasts, and I want to do a little drinking game, or a couple of drinking games, to finish off this podcast. I think it's been a pretty good one, but we're going to do some drinking games. We're going to first play the alphabet game, okay?
Right.
So we have to take it in turns to say something within a category, but it has to be the next letter in the alphabet. So I might start with something beginning with A. So if we were doing fruits, we've got apple. You might say banana. I might say cock. You might say dates. I might say elephant cock. You might say fruit in general. I might say grape cock. You might say grape cock again, and then you'd lose. I don't know. You get the idea.
Yeah, that perfectly summed it up, to be honest, so that's fine.
Well, the first person to not mention cock, the first person to get it wrong has to drink. I suppose they have to drink. That feels like a very mild punishment for this, though.
It's a drinking game. Would you rather we did a line of coke? Has to do 3 hearty gulps. Okay. How about that? Right, so I've got a quarter of my bottle of drink left. I'd have to finish this. Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're going to start with bad habits.
Okay.
If you take too long to think of one, you have to drink. Do you want to start, or shall I start?
You start.
Okay. So I have to start with letter A.
Yeah. Okay.
Air gliding without an air glider.
Boxing without any safety gear.
I don't know, man. That seems like a pretty good habit to me. I'll carry on, though. Okay. Organising cat fighting without a license.
Dating women.
Eating ass.
Fixing your taxes. That's a bad habit.
Pretty good habit, I don't know. Okay. Getting laid.
ABC. Oh, sorry, I forgot what came after.
Getting laid, because that's a sin.
That's not a bad habit.
Excuse me, if doing your taxes is a bad habit, then...
No, I said fixing, like fixing them so they're wrong.
How about you stop stalling and do the letter that comes after G that I've just forgotten what it is? H, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, yeah. Go, quick.
Hiding children in a basement.
Yeah.
That is a bad habit.
Okay.
You can't tell me that's a
bad habit is ice cream down your pants. That'd be awful.
Whose habits are these? Jelkin.
Don't look.
Don't look up Jelkin. Don't look up Jelkin. You're gonna hurt yourself if you do it too much.
Bad habit begins with K. Ku Klux Klan. That's a bad habit. Don't do that one. That's bad.
Loving someone who doesn't truly love you back.
Oh shit, that's the deepest. Making love to someone who doesn't love you back.
I tried to say something like...
That's a drink
that's a drink. I tried to be funny because I was like trying to think of someone who doesn't love you back because it'd be funny.
Naked with someone who doesn't... There you go. Hearty gulp 1. Hearty gulp 2. Hearty gulp 3. Those are some good hearty gulps.
The hearty boys.
Okay, next category. We've got our...
Can I very quickly just grab some tissue, like, to wipe my mouth and my disgusting sweaty forehead with? I'll be back really quickly.
Okay, the next... Did you do well at keeping up with that? If you did, tweet at Tweets Badly and let us know some of your answers to the alphabet game about bad habits, folks. This sounds like I've never done this before. Sounds like the way I'm
episode is this? 140?
Pretty close. I think it's 133. Imagine if I got that right. That'd be pretty cool. Right. Next category is annoying people. Types of annoying people, and you can start.
Albanians.
Fuck me. Drink. Albanians are fantastic.
What do you mean drink?
You can drink, and then we'll start again. Did you put any rum in that?
No.
Well, put some rum in that, you fucking pussy. We're gonna start again. Albanians. Here's why Albanians is you've got to drink, and then we'll start again, because I love Albanians, right? Albanians have given me some of my favourite alcohol ever, right? Albanian brandy. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Armenians. You know, I'll drink. I'll drink for Albanians.
I've never met an Albanian person in my life. I have no idea what the...
I'm thinking of Armenians. Armenian brandy.
So you're the
they sound so similar. Armenian brandy is so good. I love it. And also it comes in weird bottles like a motorcycle man and an AK-47.
Yep.
Can I get another beer? So, yeah, okay. Start again with annoying people. Letter A. You just loved the cold of the fridge, didn't you? Oh, I got one for you. Here you go. I'm going to put this cold bottle on your forehead. Nice.
I've got an annoying people starting with A.
Okay.
The agnostic. I mean, come on, just pick a lane for fuck's sake.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Belarus.
Children. Come on.
Oh yeah. Dickheads.
I thought you were gonna say dogs. I thought that'd be more.
That's not annoying people.
Oh yeah. Dogs aren't people. You are right.
Anything.
Elephants. Wait.
Dogs aren't people, actually. Drink.
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking about just saying everybody, but
that would work.
Yeah.
Too late. Okay, let's go again from everybody. So you did everybody. I've got to go with French-speaking people in Apex Legends who don't know how to speak English. I'm actually going to have to
concede on that. If I do that again, I will be sick.
Well, you better not lose then. Go on, G.
Grandmothers.
Grandmothers are lovely.
No, I know.
They can be annoying sometimes.
They can be annoying sometimes.
Okay. Helena.
Wow. That's terrible.
For those who know.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
That's going to remain an inside joke. That's going to remain an inside joke. Why was that the first thing? She wasn't even that annoying. She was actually pretty nice.
She was fine.
I'm going to drink out of consolation for that one. I'm not even going to explain it. Do you want to read out the next category? I've put. You can see them there.
Things you shouldn't stare at. Go.
1 hearty gulp. 2 hearty gulps. We are really bad at drinking fast, aren't we?
Well, my stomach's fucked.
3 hearty gulps.
Things you shouldn't stare at.
Right, I go first with A. Albanians.
I'd say Albanians again, goddammit.
Don't stare at them, that's rude.
Alright, babies.
Yeah, you don't want people thinking creepers.
Well, no, you can look at a creeper.
Don't stare at a creeper.
Why
They're
don't
going to
you
do some
say-
weird shit to you.
Well, no, but if there's a creeper, surely if you look at a creeper, because a creeper is like someone in a bush. It's like
Yeah.
it's like this.
And if
me,
you're
this me.
staring at him, he's thinking, oh.
No, that's not what they're thinking. If you quickly stare at a creeper, they go, oh, I've been discovered, I've been found out. They've
Yeah, you
found
don't
me
want to
out.
mess up their plans. That's rude, man.
Don't get in the way of the creepers. Let the creepers go.
I'm having creepers.
All right. Don't stare at delicious fast food because you'll want to eat it and you'll become fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't stare at enjoyable things that are bad for you.
Come on now.
'Cause-
That's not anything. That's such a broad
It's
term.
actually so many things.
It's too many things, then.
I actually really like this game.
Don't stare at Ego Raptor when he's getting his head fucking kicked in by Harley.
Yeah, don't. He'll not like that.
No. Don't stare at Friday Night Funkin' fans. They're a rabid community.
Yeah, sounds
Yes.
it. I don't know what the fuck that is, but
Have you never?
I'm gonna
Okay,
agree
alright,
with
fair
it.
enough.
Don't stare at gerbils, because those fuckers die for anything. So they'll get nervous and have a heart attack. Because fuck me, gerbils die so easily.
Don't stare at Harry Potter extras, and I say extras because.
Because they're not the main story, you're gonna miss it.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the point. It's like, why are you looking at the guys in the background when Harry Potter's sort of like in the foreground having a fucking duel with No Nose guy? What's his name? Fucking Voldemort.
No, oh, what letter are we up to? I've forgotten. Harry Potter. Okay.
H.
Don't stare at ice. Ice. No, ice. Yeah. Don't stare at ice. The immigration control enforcement, because they're gonna.
You don't want to see what they're up to. You don't want to see what's. That's fair.
They're gonna be doing some shit. I was gonna say something else.
Don't stare at the Joker because he's crazy, man. He's freaking crazy. You know what he's gonna do. Is what he'd say.
Don't stare at Laura, because that's my mum, and if you fucking hit on my mum, I'm gonna kick your ass, okay?
Wait.
What letter?
Next? Yeah. Don't stare at Madison because that's my little sister, and if you stare at me.
Yeah. Don't stare at Nanan, because
Come on. Don't stare at orangutans, because if you see how fucking orangutans get when you like stare at them in an enclosure, like
I
swear-
don't know, man. Orangutans like to perform for people.
No,
They like
fuck-
you looking at them.
No, but it depends what you're doing. Because if you're like having a bit of a laugh with them and stuff, they might be like, okay. But the second that if you like just stare at them, just like really stare them out, then they start going, and they'll throw shit at the fucking window. They don't like it. I'm telling you, they don't like it if you stare at orangutans.
Don't stare at Perry the platypus, because he's trying to be undercover and he doesn't want to blow his cover.
Don't stare at the Queen because she's very slowly falling apart, and they just have to keep stapling
Horrible
new bits.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't stare at the what's that gun called? The Richtofen from that man Richtofen from Call of Duty Zombies. Remember that guy?
Okay, why?
Look at this fucking crazy German scientist, dude. He's gonna freak out. You ever seen him? He's like staring at the Joker. They're pretty similar guys. Richtofen from You remember that guy? He's the one who goes, what, 041021? You remember that from... Of course everyone remembers that from Call of Duty Kino de Tartan. Yeah?
Don't stare at...
I'm sorry, that was a good one. That was a clutch. That was really good.
Don't stare at Stephen Hawkins, because he's dead.
that'd be. You'd have to dig him up and everything to do that.
Yeah, that'd be a whole fucking thing.
Don't stare at Taika Waititi, because it's going to cost you. Just do.
Don't stare at people who are underage. Come on now. Come on now, don't do that.
Don't stare at Venus Williams, the tennis player, because Serena will get jealous.
Don't stare at Willy Wonka's factories, because he's got a lot of illegal immigrants working in there, and he doesn't want ice finding. Because then he can't stare at eyes either, because of all the shady shit they get up to.
Don't stare at Exhibit from Pimp My Ride, because otherwise your car's getting pimped, dude. You ain't got a choice. You've no choice. Clunk's getting pimped, okay?
Don't stare at Signoxiel, the Mind Destroyer, because your sanity will be...
Does Signoxiel begin with Y?
Oh, shit, why? I forgot why!
We almost completed the whole thing!
Oh, no! Damn it, right, okay.
Oh, my God.
That's so on brand. That's so on brand for us.
I was ready as well. I was ready for... You had you were about to give me the layup. I was ready to dunk it with a Z. I was going to go for something. I genuinely don't know what I'm about to do until I say it. This is why I have the ADHD advantage on this one. Right. We've got one more drinking game.
Ugh.
We're going to play Who's Most Likely To.
Okay.
The way we're going to do it is there's just 3 Who's Most Likely To's. And we're going to either point at ourselves or each other. Oh, no, we're going to say it out loud. I'm Jake, you're Judd. And we say which one we think. If we don't match, then we both have to do 2 hearty gulps. How's that sound?
I can't do that. I will be sick. I'll give you 1 hearty gulp.
Well, I'll do 2 hearty gulps.
Okay, alright.
Who's most likely to have a weird collection of stuff? We have to think...
That's quite hard, actually.
It is quite hard, because you're more likely to collect things, I think, but I'm...
But they're not necessarily weird. They do, like...
Collect collectible stuff, if anything.
But also, I play
let's not
with
think
my
about it too much.
Okay.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, Jake!
You. Okay.
Nice, okay.
Because,
I think I'd collect some weird shit. I mean, look in that pot noodle mug and see what I'm collecting in there.
Mold.
It's
just mold.
Yeah, I know. I thought about clearing it out, and I actually did clean all the glasses on my desk, other than this one, because it's growing some mold, and I was like, huh.
I gotta be honest, I do find it weirdly fascinating. There was an episode of Simpsons where Lisa had like a petri dish, and it like developed like a civilization on it because Bart like poured cola on it to try and ruin it, and it like reminds me of that. So I
That's
imagine
some
just
Futurama type shit, I think, though. There's a new Futurama season coming eventually. What do you think of that?
I thought. Is it on Hulu? I think it was just
Probably.
on Hulu, I think. I don't know. I was kind of happy where they left it. It was a very sweet ending.
Me too. But I love Futurama, so...
Also, because I also love Futurama, I'd hate the idea that it'd ever get to a point like The Simpsons.
If they're doing more seasons of it, 1, maybe 2 at most.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's most likely to accidentally insult someone?
Okay.
I'm going to go quick on this one, because I think I know. 3, 2, 1,
You.
me, Jake,
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I think so. Just, you somehow, no one takes anything you say as an insult.
Yeah.
You'd go and go, you look fucked. You're fucking gross. To someone and like, whoa, thanks, man. That's great.
That's happened before, yeah.
Weirdly, you were looking in a mirror at that point, and yeah. Anyway, who is most likely to become a serial killer?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
You.
Me still. I'm on the edge all the time. I'm ready for it.
You're on the edge of glory, and
Shut the fuck up! I'm about to kill you.
Yeah, but if you just killed me, it wouldn't be a series, so you wouldn't be a series.
Yeah, I know, but that's annoying because I'd have to start the series. So don't push me over the edge, okay? Because otherwise, I'm gonna have to start a series of murders, and that's gonna be a whole.
And everybody
thing.
knows the first season's always the best one, so.
It's not as fleshed out, you know. You've not got to know the characters.
I'd say I'm pretty fucking fleshed out.
Look, right, that's a podcast. There's all sorts of stuff that I've got on my list of notes to talk about in other podcasts. So make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I think it's on fucking YouTube, the Streams Badly YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/streamsbadly. You can even follow us on Twitter @tweetsbadly for all of this junk. There's all sorts of good shit coming up on podcast, which is probably quite shit actually, because it's still us. So there you go. That's the end of the podcast. Final words, Judd. Go.
Final words begin with A. All right, everybody. We'll see you in the next podcast.
Final words begin with B. Back-to-back podcasts coming next time.
We're not doing bad.
We're not doing bad. We're not going to carry on.
Right,
that's it. I'm ending it. Fuck.